Hello students, so in this video we are going to discuss about the procedure of filling application for Clat 2026. As you know, Clat 2026 that is going to be held on 7th of December 2025. The application for that particular examination has already opened and it will be open till 31st of October of this year. But we would advise the students to fill it as soon as possible. As you reach the end, there may be some problem with the traffic of the server or any other issue, right? With that regard, let's start this particular thing. So if you search for Clat 2026 and the very first link, if you click on that, you'll be taken to this particular page. Now on this page, the first thing that you have to do is you have to register yourself, right? So when you click on this particular button, register, there will be some set of details that will be required here. The first thing is your name, followed by your mobile number, your email address, the password. That is a password that you're going to create. Use a password which has uppercase, lowercase, a special character and a number, right? And confirm the same password and then register. Once you click on the register button, an OTP will be sent to your phone number, registered phone number. That is this phone number that you have entered here. And the same OTP will be sent to your email address also. Now, once you enter that OTP here, you will be successfully registered. That means your mobile number and your password that you have just entered will act as the credential for future login. Now, how do you log in? If you come to the login space here, you see that mobile number and password are the two set of credentials which are required to be filled, right? So I have already filled those two things here, right? Your mobile number and the password just now, the things that I have shown you, and you will be taken to this particular page, right? So you'll be directly taken to a page like this actually. So actually I have filled the details beforehand. So therefore I was taken to that page. But when you will log in, this is what would appear at the first place, right? Now there are set of columns. First one is regarding the personal information. Second is communication details. Third, qualifying examination details, that is class 12 details. Then test center preference, and the last one is reservation. Let's do this one by one. So personal information, you are asked here your name, gender, date of birth, parent's name or guardian's name, and then you have details of reservation that you would avail. Now here they are mentioning about all India category reservation. Remember, all India category reservation may differ from state reservation. You may be a BC in a state, but you may not be considered a backward caste at central level. So this is very important that you check the guidelines stipulated in the brochures of the respective NLUs to figure out whether you have the reservation or not, right? Anyhow, if you have that reservation at all India level, you can simply click and avail that reservation. In case you choose any of the reservation, you have to fill the supporting document also. Say that I fill general, then in that case I don't have to fill anything. Again, EWS, you have to mention yes or no, right? Then you get this particular detail of whether you are a person with disability, yes, no. If you say yes, then you will have to further specify what kind of disability it is, because based on that only you will be treated, right? You may have a requirement of scribe and all those things. So those things are taken care based on those details. So if you're not availing this thing, then you say no, and then below poverty line, yes or no, and then you can simply right here you would see a button called save the draft, right? The thing is not appearing here because I have already filled the details. So when you fill it here, you will have two options: save the draft, next. So when you click on save the draft, you will be not redirected to any page. You will be on the same page, right? Same appearance. The only thing is all the details that you have entered will be successfully memorized by the system, right? So you don't have to fill again this detail. So you go to the next column, do the same thing, communication details, your permanent address and your temporary address, correspondence address, but that is both of the details, your alternative phone number, your alternative email number. You enter all these details. Again, you click on the save draft button. Once you do that, everything is registered. You go to the next column, qualifying examination. Here it's very simple, right? You know, class 12, 10 plus 2 is the qualifying examination that is asked in this examination. For this examination, so here you have to mention whether you are from arts, humanities background, commerce background, science background, or others background. In case you're doing equivalent of anything else, say that you're doing diploma or something else after 10th, that would be very much considered in part 3, that is others. right? Now you click on that particular thing and then you have to mention your board. This is not an option of scroll and select. It is actually mentioning through typing. So you can just type CBSC State Board, Telangana State Board, what it is called in your particular locality. You can use that, right? It's not required that you type the entire board's thing. You can also type the acronym. That would be more than enough, right? Then you have this option of whether you have passed your class 12th or you would be passing it after you write the CLAT examination. That means obviously you're writing the CLAT examination in the month of December. So if you're going to clear your class 12th in the month of March or April or May, in that case you will click on appearing or appeared. Now there is an instruction given here. In case you click on appearing and appeared, then month of passing has to be kept as May, right? Here it's mentioned. You may think that अरे हमारा result तो your results may come in April, June. No matter when your results will come, the moment you click on appearing or appeared, you have to by default select May only, right? And in year you have to select 2026 only, right? That's written here. Those who are appearing in March, April 2026, they have to click appearing, appeared, followed by month of passing as May, followed by year of passing as 2026. Right? You mention these things and then obviously the percentage column has to be kept empty if you are appeared. But if you have already passed, in that case, this becomes a mandatory field where you have to mention your percentage that you have obtained in your class 12th examination or equivalent examination. Then you go to the next thing, that's preference. Obviously, you know the test center preference, how it's supposed to work. Generally, you would get your first preference, but in case the first preference may too many aspirants have express their wishes to write the exam in that particular center, in that case it will shift to other preferences. So my first preference, because I'm from Hyderabad, I have written Hyderabad, Vijayawada, Visakhapatnam. So any set of priorities can be considered by you depending on what kind of feasibility, what sits as feasible for you in this regards, right? Then you have the last column which becomes important, that is okay. So since I have kept past, it's asking me to fill the percentage, but the moment I click it appearing appeared, you can go to the reservation column. Now in reservation column, for each of the participating NLU, you have to mention certain details. So we start with say NLSIU Bangalore. Now are you a Karnataka student? You say yes or no. Mandatorily you have to fill this field. Say I type yes, then they show the caution note of saying what amounts to a person of Karnataka, right? A domicile person of Karnataka. If I say yes, then it asks me further question of do I have any kind of reservation within Karnataka? Say SC of Karnataka, ST of Karnataka, OBC of Karnataka. Now the question is, how would you decide whether you are eligible in that particular domain or set of field? Now if you see here, there is a small icon of PDF here, right? On top right corner of this particular box, you see a PDF. Now, if you click on PDF, you will be taken to the brochure, information brochure of that particular NLU, which describes what amounts to domicile according to them, what amounts to a valid reservation according to them. So before you click on anything, because the reservation is not only constrained to SC, ST, OBC, there are reservations with regard to J&K residents, immigrants, a lot of other reservations which are given, right? You are a ward of, say you are your father or mother is serving in the India Armed Forces, in that case also you have reservation. Now what can be considered reservation, you have to check by going to this particular icon, referring to the information brochure and trying to figure out whether you fall under that category or not. Remember, if you choose a wrong category and you're allotted seat accordingly, then there is no question of reversing it, right? Because the listing, that is the merit list, are released on the basis of forward going. It doesn't go backwards, so you have to be very careful, right? Then I would do the same thing for all of them. Say I have selected, because our office is located in Hyderabad, most of our students are from Hyderabad. I say that I am a resident of Telangana, plus I am what kind of, do I have any other reservation in Telangana, right? So here I have clicked OBCA of Telangana. You can just leave it also, say that not applicable. I am from Telangana, but I am not availing any kind of reservation. So all that can be done. And then you slowly scroll down. You're going to select all that along with, remember, if you are a J&K resident, there are multiple NLUs which offer reservation for J&K resident, domicile of J&K. Is case mein you have to just tick. Again, when you're ticking, it will ask you, it will show a caution note saying that are you actually availing this? Do you understand why you are availing this? You say yes, but it would be always preferable to click the icon, go and check what amounts to domicile, who can avail this particular reservation, only then tick on it. I know that it may take some time, but again, a small mistake can cause a loss of year. So be careful with that regard. Then slowly we go scroll down and we type yes, no, selections based on for each NLU whether there is something that you can avail. Right? You reach the end, and obviously when you reach the end, you have to click here that you agree to some of the terms and conditions, that whatever you have stated is true, you have certificates and everything, and then you also give a consent saying that the consortium has the right to share this information with other law universities or colleges which may consider the CLAT score to approach you for admission into their colleges or universities, right? Then you press on I consent and then you submit the form. Once you submit the form, right, because I have selected something, so it's showing that cautionary note, not selected university. Here, can you have missed something because I have selected J&K resident in particular university, but the same reservation is available in other university I haven't selected. So since it's my choice, maybe I don't want that reservation in another NLU, so it's showing me that did I miss anything. If I if I want, I can go and reconsider, or I simply press yes, and then I am taken to this particular page of making the payment, right? And the last step here would be make a payment, confirm a payment. Again, in confirming payment, here you have an option of selecting previous year question paper. So if you want previous year question papers, you would be charged 500 rupees more. Well, it is always option, it's open for students to select that or not, because much more, almost all of the previous year question papers are available on internet from some source, so it won't be a big deal for you to get it from internet. But anyhow, it's your choice. Accordingly, you will press yes or no and confirm the payment, and once you confirm the payment, you will be taken to this page where you press pay now, and it's very beautiful page. Directly you can see the QR code. You can scan it from your phone pay and pay it. You can use your credit card, debit card, net banking, anything. You complete the payment, again you are redirected back, right? We saw this last year that right now the consortium doesn't keep any question on the preference list of NLU, because that happens after your results come. This used to be the trend till CLAT 2024, but since last year, the selection of NLUs, as in like the preference of NLUs, comes after you give your CLAT examination and the scores are out, right? So for this particular thing, you have to only do this much and you will be successfully registered. And then you can wait for the admit card to come. Once the admit card rolls out, we will definitely notify you. You can download it. With regards to this video or any of the things that I have talked in this video, if you have any query, you can always reach out to us using the comment box. We'll try our best and see if we can solve it, or we can communicate with you and solve the issue that you have raised, right? So with that, we come to the end of this video. I hope that this was a useful video. Thank you so much for watching.